Polyamory light is a conversation, a topic that a lot of my subscribers are asking me about lately. And basically what is a couple comes to a consensus about non-monogamy. So it's interesting because with polyamory light, it's not that they don't have potentially other partners. It's just that they keep some of the activities exclusive to one. So they still come together. They're still allowed to date other people or to be with other people within the somewhat what I consider monogamous relationship, but yet they'll share affection, they'll share sometimes sex, sometimes deeper intimacy. But overall, their main partner is the partner who they say they're most in line with. That's the stable one, or the one that they can rely on the most. The potential problems of this, well, let me first say, are there any positives in this type of relationship? Well, it's a lot to me like still dating, not committing, but in a way you're half committed. It's like you got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And that's why, as someone who's an expert in marriage relationship help, it's very difficult for me to think that this could be a wise decision or good for your relationship. It almost sounds to me like it could be a form of emotional immaturity. You're not quite ready to close the door on other people, exciting things with other people, practicing activities with other people, being close with other people, but yet you want a backup. You want a person there. Now, there are pros to it, I guess, for some people, and this is what I'm able to come up with or think about. So the first thing is that there may be individual growth. If you're one of those people, you have no experience with the opposite sex or the same sex, if you're dating a same-sex person in an intimate way and you want to learn more about that, then I could see why a short, maybe practice of 3 to 6 months of this could help you get more clear understanding. You're going to learn a lot about how people react when they're hurt, because there is an increase of the possibility of getting hurt in this type of relationship. Secondly, people will tell me, well, my relationship has lasted longer, my main relationship, because I didn't have to worry about them cheating or doing something behind my back, because we opened it. We opened that door and we told each other we could. But once again, I fail to understand how that's going to help your boundaries. I think if anything, it's going to confuse what you view as a boundary. And most young people, most older people are not good at talking about the direct, being honest about boundaries. And that's why I really question their ability to stay in this relationship for a long time. However, if they're one of these people that serial dates, then this would not be advantageous for them because they wouldn't have that main person. So maybe it helps exclude those types of lifestyle, and it could make it longer. Curiosity and exploration, well, that is a definite. The more people that you're partnering with always a backup person, yeah, you're going to learn. If you're curious about other people and you don't want to lie to your partner, then I could see that maybe being a real plus in this type of thing. And communication and trust. I haven't seen the couple yet that this enhanced their communication, nor have I seen it happen yet where the trust is enhanced. If anything, I think it sets you up to having to work harder to communicate well, and you're going to have to work harder to trust. So I'm not sure for everybody I could really list this as a pro, but the statistics, the experts in polyamory do list it as a plus, okay? Now the con parts, I understand much more, because I think for me it makes more sense as a therapist. And the parts that are really big challenges, if you will, and that's a good word for it, are jealousy. Jealousy happens because it only makes sense when you fall in love with someone and you have someone with you. Then when you open that door, especially if it's not a consensual agreement, which very rarely is it, one person usually is a little more hesitant, you're going to feel jealous when you see them giving affection to others. Misaligned expectations. Once again, the most important thing with polyamory light is that the two people agree. And I'm just telling you, from this marriage therapist, I haven't seen that yet. What I've seen is one person really wants it, and the other person says, well, yeah, okay, but there's a lot of acting on their part. So when that happens, then you can see why their expectations, they might think, well, I just want them to get it out of their system. Might not get out of their system, and then what are you going to do? And societal judgment. I think other people have a hard time taking your relationship seriously and getting couple friends that do the same thing. You may not like them, your partner may though, and before you know it, you have another couple with you. It seems very confusing to me, and I'm one of those therapists. I think a monogamous relationship has enough challenges and enough confusion without adding the polyamory light situation. This type of relationship, I see it in a very beginning model of maybe a relationship when it's not really a situationship and you know you aren't ready to commit to one person. So if that were the case, and if your partner was really honest and at the same place as you, then potentially I could see this working for a little while. It wouldn't be ideal long term, certainly wouldn't be ideal to bring children into, but it would have to change. And my biggest worry or concern about it is if you are in this type of relationship and then you go on to marry, once you get married, your partner doesn't necessarily want to, but they remember everything. And there's always going to be heightened suspicion, heightened mistrust, and it just seems like it's opening a Pandora box that makes it once again harder to really commit to one person. This is my view, so you don't have to agree, but if this video is helpful for you, please subscribe, and if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.